friends. Happy Saturday. I know, weird day, right? But I was going to be doing some practice cards and I thought, well, I might as well bring you on in. So if you're here, awesome. If not, you can watch the recording. It didn't go to YouTube like I wanted, so the live won't be on YouTube, but it'll be there. So I hope you've had a great week. We got snow last night. It's kind of cool. It's not the kind of, it's great snowman snow, and it'll melt. So it's, it's March. We're good. But it's still pretty. As long as it doesn't stick around for a long time or get chilly again, I'm good. So last week on Monday, I shared with you these cards with Irresistible Blooms. Super bright. Sorry, let's make this not so bright. There it is. There's one. We've done two. Today we're going to do a third. And there are 4 in this class kit. So you'll see number 4 tomorrow. And remember, if you place an order on my Stampin' Up site, which is super easy, I will, if you place a $35 order, I will send you the class kit. All pre-cut, ready to go. You will get all the stuff that you need to make the cards. So if you love this and you just want to test it out, you want to see, this is a great way. Okay. Next, what do I want to share with you? Let me bring you here, how to find it. So yeah, the Stampin' Up site's got a lot of things to remember. CarolMiller.com is super easy, where you've been going for years. And if you go there and you think, okay, now what do I do? You're going to go to Shop Stampin' Up. But in the meantime, you're going to take a peek down here and see where it says my host code. That tells me that you're interested in getting the card kit. So you're going to click on that link, use that number. So just copy this and remember it, or write it down on a piece of paper. Click on that. Bring yourself in here. Hi, Lana. And now you're in the store, right? So now you're going to say shop now. And once you get in here, it loads a little bit slower when I'm online with you. You're going to look at the online exclusives. That's where this Irresistible Blooms is. And there's a bunch of other stuff. What does this mean? These are things that are not in any catalog. Did I click the right thing? I don't think I did. Hold on. So if you do what I did and you click the wrong thing, just go back. You want online exclusives. There, I clicked the right thing now. And when you scroll down, you will see there's a lot more things other than just the Irresistible Blooms. These are things that are brand new into Stampin' Up that didn't make it to any catalog, so you have to come here to find them, or I'll tell you. So scroll down. Like, I love these rhinos. These border dies are to die for. Look how pretty they are. Oh, how silly, Kara. See how pretty they are? But keep going. The rhinos have dies as well. Keep going. Keep going. This is the kit, not in French. I'm going to do it in English. And this is the Irresistible Blooms. Just the stamps, but I'm telling you, you're going to want this, and I'll show you why. The French is unavailable. English is still available, so you're good, unless you were going to do it in French. You click on that, and you will see what you get. You're going to get the stamp set and the die, okay? When you add it to the cart, you're then going to need the host code. Where does the host code go? Well, we're going to look at the cart and see right here under my name. First of all, make sure it's me. Secondly, make sure you say add host code, and then you don't remember it, right? Well, come back over here. Tab's still here. It is AVG. I know I can't make it simpler. AVG XZ CSQ. And you just type it in. AVG. I forgot the rest. I go back, and this is how you do it. XZC. XZC, and I forgot the rest, so I go back one more time. CSQ. CSQ, and say apply. gosh, I did something wrong. Let me get it simpler for you. I am so sorry. This looks like it's wrong too. So let me get it right, and I'll fix it before you have a chance to look at it. Come back to me. Let's do something fun instead of all the numbers. But anywho, that's what you do. I promise Kara will make it simple, or I won't make you look like that. This is the card we're going to make this afternoon, which doesn't need any host codes. You could just follow along and watch me. So I am using this super cool die that came in this bundle. Like, really, have you ever seen one like this? I didn't know what it did. These are the 2 flowers, and these are the leaves. And there's more in the die set. There is this one that we used the other day, this cool circle that gives you this, right? And then there are a bunch of leaves. So you could do individual leaves, you could do a bunch of them. I'm going to do the 3 die, the 3 leaf one that matches a stamp right here. Okay, so first things first, let's move the finished card over there. And I cut my 8.5 by 11 into 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5.5. Okay, so there's my card base ready to go. Then you have a piece of soft seafoam. So sorry, I was going to say soft suede, and that's not right. And this is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to fit right on here. Now, you're going to be tempted to glue that down. Don't do that yet. Hold it. We've got that, and then we've got this scrap piece, and that's what I'm going to use with this die. Okay? Now, I kept this to show you that if you cut this to match your card, it's not quite long enough for the die, but it's okay because you only want it to fit the card anyway. But if you want a bigger piece, take a longer piece, and you're going to put that on, and you're going to grab your plates. Remember, the cool thing about the plates is the numbers and the sandwich are already here for me. 1, 2, 3, 3. So here's 1, there's 2, here's 3, and I need the other 3 on top. Right, Lana? Oh, this is such a pretty set. And we're just going to run this sandwich on through the die, through the embossing machine. I'll show it to you. Hold on. It's not a mystery. I'll bring it down so you can see. Right here, right? We're going to run that on through. I usually do it on another table because it makes the camera wiggle, but I'll go slow and we should be okay. It's going to do a thump when I get to the end, like that. Okay. So I want to show you how this comes out because it's a little wonky and you're wondering what happened. When you lift this up, you're thinking, well, that's not what I want. Nope, it's still stuck in the die because it really cuts through well. So take your little poke tool, here, take your pick tool, and literally just poke a couple of these through. And you don't want to get carried away and yank it because it is kind of delicate. And some of them are going to fall out because they're not the ones you want. Just kind of gently poke it through. And then, there you go. Okay. And there's 1. And I'm going to do 2. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 3. Run this through. And I'm going to do the same thing with it when I get it out. And poke, poke, poke. right? Come on. And just be really, really ginger with it. Don't get carried away. There is the other, all the pieces I want. These are extra little confettis I don't need. And then, this is why I said don't stick it down first, because I'm going to put it on there. So I'm going to poke through. There's a couple more little pieces that want to come out, but they didn't. There they are. Did I get everybody? It's so delicate. It's like you've just created lace. Okay. So now you are going to take one end, hold it, flip it over against your hand, and you're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the end, just like that, against your hand. And you're going to flip it back over, and you're going to line that up with the top of that 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Right? And lay that down. Right across. There. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. Notice it's a little long. It's okay. If you leave it off and do a little bit of adhesive right there, smooth it down, and then pick this up. There's lots of other ways, but I found this works the best. Smooth it down, make sure it's straight. All right. And then you're going to take your snips, or if you hate that you can't cut a straight line, you can put it in your trimmer, but you're going to take your snips and you're just going to go right across following that cardstock and snip off the extra. And if you get one that needs a little extra, again, do the same thing. But there we go. Now we can stick this on the front of our card. Right? Stick that down. And then you have this piece, which I forgot how wide it is. I think it's 1 1/2. 1 1/4, sorry. 1 1/4 by 4, and that's going to go right across here. I'm not going to glue it down first yet. I'm going to use some smoky slate and hello, which is all this is from that one stamp set. And I'm going to go hello right there. All right. Close this up. And I have a scrap piece of basic white, and I'm going to stamp my leaf, the 3-leaf stamp. And I'm going to stamp that right here. And I'm going to stamp the 2 different blossoms. There's a little one and a big one. So this is the little one. Oh goodness, I don't want it in green. I suppose I could, but that wasn't my plan. Hold on, let me fix it. So now my stamp is in the wrong color, right? All right, so I'm going to grab my scrubber. I am not somebody who loves that, the chamois thing. I'm not a big chamois fan. The chamois is like a little skinny, thin sponge thing. I'm not a fan. I love, love, love this. All the things that I'm using are in the store. If you have a question about something I use, then just let me know. All right, so let's see if this looks better now that it's not got Old Olive on it. It has Calypso Coral, and I'm going to stamp you. And then I'm going to flip her over. I put both of the stamps on this one block. And I'm going to stamp you here. But notice how in my card they're 2 different colors, and that's because I stamped off. So I stamped once and stamped again without re-inking. And I get this cool, same shade, just a little bit lighter. Okay, so now I'm ready to do some cutting, and I'm going to take my my die, and I want the lighter one, the lighter color big one. Okay, so I'm going to put that there, and I want the darker color little one, and you kind of have to wiggle it till you get it to line up right, but you can. And again, there's no magic. If you wanted both of them to be light, you could. And then I'm going to take another Post-it note. This is my trick. This is not a Stampin' Up thingy, but I just love it because it keeps them where I want them and they're not moving around. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my leaves. And I need one more. And I reuse these a bunch of times, my Post-its. And put you down. Get where you belong, little bugger. And then I'm going to run this through the through the machine. Same thing. 1, 2. Make sure I don't have any of those little pieces left. 2, 3, 3. Okay. Run you through. Okay, so I'm going to edit out the host code thing that I got confused about. I will fix it for you, promise. Pretend that didn't happen. It's not that hard. I made it look really hard. That's me today. Okay. So now we have this, right? And we're going to pop out our flowers. And I can always use this one too for something else. I don't have to waste it. And you. Now, when I send you my card kits, I can't stamp them, but you could use any stamp set that you have. You don't have to use this one. And I'm going to put you right there. Now, the reason I told you not to put this down is because this is the width of the card, right? If I start getting carried away and I put this flower and it's hanging off the edge, it's not going to fit in my envelope. So you can put it down now that you're ready with your dimensionals. But I wanted you to notice that it matters where you put the flowers down, because you can easily make this be too big to fit in your envelope. So line this up. Don't worry that I've got ink on the outside of this paper because it's going to cover up. I think it was on my finger, or it's adhesive. Okay, so when I put this down, I got to make sure it's not going to go beyond my card. It's still going to fit in the envelope, which it will. And then I'm going to put you down next, and you're going to go, but not below, right? So that's why it works if you put this on before you attach these little buggers, right? And then this guy is going on with some dimensionals, and we are good to go. Now I added, and the reason I did it this way, hold on, I'll show you what I added. I had some pearls, these little iridescent pearls. I love, 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 love the flat gems that go with this, but they're out of stock right now. So if you were lucky enough to order them, they're coming. You could use these. These are the loose frosted dots, and they match perfect, but they're not in stock. So I just went with some pearls, which look cute too, and you're going to scatter 3 of these little babies just different places on the card. It doesn't really matter where. Well, get in there, lay down. There you go. So that is card number 3 of this collection. Okay? Awesome. Well, thanks for coming, and I will have one more up for you tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. Bye.